I like the hand claps today. It sounds really loud. Or whatever. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Jonathan Rashawn Show here on BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, the great, the one and only, the millionaire, the billionaire, Jonathan Rashawn. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, like our Facebook fan page, The Jonathan Rashawn Show. Also follow me on Instagram, just_Rashawn. If you don't know how to spell it, it's JUS_RASHAWN. And my co-host is here. I don't know his name. I don't know him.
See?
I need to get to learn you again.
Right.
Get to know you all over again.
I'm trying to control my mouth, but Jonathan, you be trying it. Hi guys, it is your co-host. I don't have to give myself all these accolades because you guys know me. My name is Martrez. Mar, not Mon.
He don't go to this school.
Right, because I went to private school. Yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me at __ Martrez. That's Mar, not Mon. MARTREZ.
Why you have to pronounce it so hard? They know your name.
Because the engineer back there still doesn't know how to say my name.
He can't even talk today. Hi, Rob. Wave. If you guys were following us on social media, you do know that today's guest is the one and only Mr. Andre Simmons. Andre L. Simmons. Yes. Author of Butterflies Hitting Home Runs. We also have my good friend Brenda Jones, who's going to tune in with us today and talk about her upcoming fashion show August 29th. And every Wednesday, you know that we bring in guests to sit in our hot seats to converse with us. We have Mr. Devin back once again. Devin, you want to lock in your social media information as well?
Lightbright_91.
And Andre, give them your social media so they can start following you right now.
It's Andre L. Simmons. Instagram. My Instagram is Andre L. Simmons. And my Facebook and Twitter is The Dimple Puppet.
Hey, so make sure you follow all of these creative guys. And on tonight's show, we have a lot of topics that we like for you to engage in. You want to give them the number, Martrez, so they can call in to participate in any of our hot topics?
Sure, you guys. Give us a call. We want to hear your voice. It's 1-855-835-5857, extension 1, or text us at 443-642-9403. And remember, listeners, every caller is entered to win a free garment from Illusions. So, let us hear your voice. And, wait, before we're number 1.
Again.
Right. I just sing.
There's no shade to my girl. I love Miss J at the Sugar Shack. Make sure y'all tune into her show every day. I'm sorry, not every day. Monday through Friday from 5 till 7. Get your sexy on. Is it what you looking at out there?
I thought it was 5 shows.
1, 2, 3.
What?
No, that door just opened by itself.
What door open by itself? I just went to the bathroom, the light cut off on me. Don't do that. Because I was about to get low.
No, that door just opened by itself.
Again? Somebody's out there.
No, Rob got up and closed the door and it opened.
Prayer works.
I ain't scared.
I ain't defeated. So as you guys know, with every show, our mission is to uplift, inspire, and inform. So there was no question in my mind that we needed to invite Mr. Andre back. If you listened to last week's show, you were on, what, last Monday?
Last Monday.
Last Monday, he was on to give us some insight on his book. We get the face-to-face interview today to get deep into the book and get into his business and everything. Everything. But before we get into that, I want to share some upcoming events with you guys. Baltimore Fashion Week will be August 13th. Please buy your tickets and support. I'm sorry, it begins August 13th.
14th through 17th.
Whatever. August the 14th through 17th. And the last day to buy tickets is
August 1st at 11:59.
And that's for online tickets. So if you don't buy your tickets by 11:59 p.m., you will not be able to purchase them online. And try to purchase tickets every day for the everyday shows, you guys. For every day. Every day.
Right. Take your time. Take a deep breath.
If you miss a day, then you will miss out on awesome shows. There are multiple designers that are gonna show on each day, so you're in for a treat. And a awesome Vogue performance by some special guests that are coming in, which is gonna be really spectacular.
Some surprise people.
Yeah, but it's to the extreme. It's like, it's not like ballroom Vogue, like Parallax Vogue. It's like
International.
extraordinary Korean Vogue.
Masters.
Masters of Vogue. Ain't no such thing?
I didn't say anything.
Look at you. I need
Also, again, Brenda will be on the radio show tonight to talk about her upcoming fashion show. And this is an exclusive. You hear it first right here. Montrez and I will be hosting On the Red Carpet, the Jonathan Rashawn Show live, August 29th, from Brenda L. Jones Clothing fashion show and website launch party.
And what am I going to wear, John?
Something spectacular. So if you're there, I hope you're there. You're going to see us on the red carpet. Hop over to the cameras and get your interview on with us. Also, what else we have going on? You want to talk about the giveaway?
Sure. I mean, I gave a little bit of it. But, you guys, each caller, that means everyone that calls in to the number 1-855-835-5857, extension 1. Once we hear your voice, we will definitely take down your information and you will be entered to win a free, keyword free garment from Illusions Inc. Who doesn't love free things, you guys?
Obviously, some people, because all they want to do is text. So get up, grab your phones, call in. We want to hear your voice.
FYI, the last few, if you're following me on Instagram, the last few things that I've had on have been illusions. So you should know that it's definitely something you need in your life.
Go to Devin page too. Devin is like my other muse. I think it's you, Devin, and Vermont. Y'all always wear my stuff. Well, Vermont don't. That's a sensitive name for you. I wonder why.
What are you talking about?
But anywho, we're gonna get right into things. Mr. Andre,
Yes.
how are you? You were away for a while.
Yeah, I was in North Carolina.
We missed you. We missed you, Andre.
Well, I'm back now.
I was excited to schedule you to come in because I want to get into the details of the book.
The details.
So tell us the foundation. Where did it come from?
It came from, I was at a place in my life where I was able to tell my story. And, it took me a year and a half to do the whole project and, now I have a published book. But, I just felt like I had a story to tell and a lot of people could relate to my story. So I told it.
All right, so I'm gonna touch on some of the same topics and questions that we talked about before with the phone interview, but more. I want you to elaborate more with certain things. So, you say your story.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that you've overcome from your past and not giving too much information away, but if you want to share some things that you overcome that people can relate to?
I overcame a lot of things, a lot of adversities in my life. I overcame drug addiction. I used to do cocaine, while I was working, and I overcame that. And it wasn't really the drug that I had to stop. It was the person that I was doing it with. That was the addiction. So I overcame that, and, also,
You look very happy, by the way.
I think
You look like you're-
I'm nervous. I didn't know how to be this nervous.
You look like, this is genuine, and you look like you're in a good place.
I am.
So congrats with that.
Thank you. It was. I mean, I talk about it in the book of how it started and where it ended. That's why I really don't go out now, and if I do, I always make sure who's going to be there, and I always make sure I drive just in case if the environment isn't right. I leave, because I always got to come home to my son and my daughter.
And I'm going to bookmark that in my brain because later in the show we're going to talk about fear. So I'm going to bring that back up.
Yeah.
So with building the foundation of your book, did you start with brainstorming, which is jotting down certain things, or you just go straight into writing? Like, how do you start?
Literally, I was at dinner with my friends Anthony and Aaron, and November 29th, 2012, and I was just in a happy place. I wasn't dating anyone. I was just content. I was loving me. I was enough. And, I'm a believer in God, and God was like, tell your story. And I started writing. I didn't have an idea what I was going to write about. I didn't go to school to be a writer. I wasn't working at the time. You know, I was working on a contract for Walter Reed, and the contract had came to an end the previous month on October 1st, 2012. So I didn't know what I was going to do, and I started writing, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to say, but things that was very sensitive to me was the things that I know I needed to talk about, to let go of.
Now, with going back to those sensitive topics with writing, I know that you had to revisit a lot of thoughts in your mind from the drug addiction or whatever you've overcome in the past. Was that hard for you?
The drug addiction was towards the end, the drugs that I did use. The main thing that I had to overcome was coming out. You know, being a father and being in a relationship with a female at the time. So that was where the root of the story begins with me, was coming out.
I'm glad you're here today. Okay, so I'm going to bookmark that.
Yeah, but I'm not giving away too much of the book, because you just have to.
Yeah, definitely don't give away too much, because we want everybody to support you. And before we go any further, let them know right now, for anybody that's listening who's just curious and like go on Amazon or anything to look at your work, tell them where they can find it.
They can find the book on Amazon.com. Type in Butterflies Hitting Home Runs. It's available on Kindle as well. It's also at Barnes & Noble online. It's on Books A Million online. Right now it's online. I'm just starting off. I started from Creative Space, and that's where you can buy the book at.
Okay.
Also, I'm having a book release party in September, but I haven't released the date in September, but September will be the book release party.
Great. And if you guys have any questions for Andre or any of us here on Be Exposed Radio tonight, give us a call. The number is 1-855-835-5857, or you can text us 443-642-9403. And when you call that number, it is extension 1. Make sure you hit that, and it will bring you directly on air with us. So back to your writing. Again, I know you had to revisit some things in the past, which I know creates writer's block. Was that an issue for you?
I didn't have writer's block, but when things became too heavy, I had to take a break from it. Because reliving certain things in my life, it affected me so much where it was affecting the people around me, which was my son and my daughter. So it was like, Daddy, let's play. I'm like, I'm not in the mood to play, so I had to take a break from certain things that was heavy for me. And a lot of things I was dealing with, a lot of people did not know. A lot of people in my family did not know. I was always very private.
So it's probably masking a lot of the negativity and the thoughts, and everything that was on your mind was just kind of like...
Yeah, I mean, when I started writing, no one knew what I was doing. I was telling my close ones that I was writing, but I don't think a lot of people believed me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always on my phone. I was just disappearing. I was just writing. I was always on the computer, just writing. So, like the part, I didn't get writer's block, but it was definitely reliving certain things. I had to take a break from that. I didn't start writing until I felt like everything in me was out in the open.
Now, what are some things that you did to take a break during that time?
I had a lot of time on my hand, go to the park with the kids. I watched, I read a lot of blogs. I don't really watch a lot of TV, so, and I try to make sure that, I didn't go research a story like mine or nothing like that. So it was just literally 2013 was just my children, and doing that and connecting with them like I should.
Okay, and you just had a birthday. One of your kids just had a birthday just passed. Your daughter, right?
Yeah, Jadora just turned 6.
Yeah, she's turned 6. So
July 17th.
Happy belated birthday. And also, with support. I'm trying to find out with support, you didn't want to share too much with your family, I'm sure at the time. You said nobody knew about what was going on.
Yeah.
Could you go to anybody at all to express how you felt, or could anybody else relate to you around you?
A lot of people were surprised by the things I was revealing in my book. Certain people felt some type of way. one of the things I need to say, the things that I wrote wasn't to offend anyone. You know, it was my story. I wanted my story to be told in the best way. So certain names I use in my book, I don't use their government because I don't want to get sued.
Right.
So again, I'm saying live on air, certain things that I put in there was not to upset or offend or break the family apart. It was something that I needed to do, and I did it. And I was a release for you. It was a release.
Okay, great. So, you say you wanted the main thing is to tell your story.
Yeah.
Through the book.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, what do you want readers to take away? Like, what is the purpose? Like, what do you want them to understand from reading your story?
Well, it's okay to be you. It's okay to be free, whatever you want to do in life. I think I was growing up as a child, like my mother raised me. My mother is a single mother, and I love her, and she's my best friend, but I never wanted to disappoint her. She was someone that I look up to, and I still look up to. I just wanted to always make her proud, whatever it may have been. But trying to make other people or please other people, you start to lose yourself.
Definitely.
And you can't go on living like that. Like I said, a lot of people have said my story inspired them to be brave and live their truth and things of that nature. Like, I believe if people always loved you, they will love you for who you really are. You know, so that's the story of just basically different things in my life that I have overcame. A lot of things I just overcame and things I still struggle with. You know, I like to say that I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes, but I'm a work in progress. And the book was definitely a great start to what's to come for me, you know, in my life.
Now that the book is out, and I'm pretty sure your mom and everybody has read the book, what is your relationship like with people that you've mentioned, like, anonymously? Like, what is your relationship with them now? People that could have read it and be like, oh, he must be talking about me. Like, what is that?
I haven't, every person that I name where I didn't use their real government, I haven't spoken to. I did talk to people like I'm writing my book and you're in it, you know. So, there's one character in the book I haven't spoken to, and that's the person who I did the drugs with. My last communication with him was in 2011. So, but we have mutual ex-co-workers, you know, and people are very nosy. So, it is what it is. I'm not afraid. I meant what I said. I don't know what happened.
My book marked that too. I'm trying. This is sort of this.
You got another bookmark.
It ties into everything that I want to talk about today with topics that I want you guys to, Devin and Montrez, to participate in too. So, do you think there's any chance of reconnecting with that person, that particular person? Not to hang out with them or anything like that, but just to say like, hey, like I'm doing well. Hope you are too. Like,
no, because one thing I'm not a huge fan of social media. I joined Instagram and Facebook for my book. I joined in December. And I joined Twitter back in 2011 because of Janet Jackson, like I was telling you last week, but she doesn't tweet. So one thing about social media is things spread. You know, so I'm here, I'm doing something positive with my life. So, like I said, I like to stress the fact that I went from unemployment to a published author. You know, so, I'm here, and I mean, people, like, if I was in North Carolina for 5 days, if people felt some type of way I was there, no one addressed me, you know. People know where I live at. I'm good.
Now, let's talk more about this book.
Yeah.
So, where did you come up with the title Butterflies Hitting Home Runs?
I used to love baseball. I don't watch football or basketball. I used to love baseball. And, you know, I love playing with words in my head. And, you know, that particular title just came to me. It was originally Home Runs, and then it was Flying Butterflies, and then everything. As you writing, I'm like, okay, Butterflies Hitting Home Runs, and it's stuck. People like it. It's catchy. I love it. You know, so it's something that I absolutely love. And then when you read the book, things tie in with the metamorphosis of a butterfly, and with you just the whole theme of a baseball. I have certain scenes, like curveball or knife ending, and then I have a scene called larva, and a scene called letter to my two caterpillars. So everything kind of ties in with my overall theme of butterflies hitting home runs.
So again, give a shout out to the person who did the graphics for this. This is really creative. It's simple, but it's still it tells something.
Yeah, Rich Rocket, that's his Instagram name. He did the beautiful book cover, and he's in graphic design and all of that. And Raquel Asali Harris, her name on Instagram is Raquel Asali. She's the editor for my book and also a really dear friend of mine.
This is nice.
Yeah,
it's interesting because a lot of people that are publishing their first books usually get the smaller version. This is like a magazine. It's thick. This is a lot of reading.
It's 200 pages on paperback, and on Kindle it's 283 pages. I did not want my book this big, but I couldn't get the cover smaller. So either I was gonna go with another cover and the book would have been smaller, or I had to stick with that. But this is the cover that I was promoting ever since September of last year. So I'm like, I hope people enjoy it. So everybody like, it's so big. I'm like, but I built this whole project on Creative Space. So like I was saying to any upcoming authors, Creative Space is something that Create Space is something that I recommend. It's a layout, a step-by-step to really help you see your work come to life. Like, a lot of people on Instagram, they saw me build my book and things of that nature, so I have a lot of support from there.
And give me your Instagram information again for anybody just tuning in.
Instagram is my name, Andre L. Simmons. That's my Instagram, Andre L. Simmons, and my Twitter and Facebook is The Dimple Puppet.
So what's next for you? I know the book had to leave off somewhere. I know you didn't finish everything that you wanted to say. I'm pretty sure you stopped and said, it's stuff I wish I could have added.
I'm not. They want to update, but I think I'm not giving them an update. I think I said enough, because a lot of people now want to know what's going on in my life now, and that's what's private. I felt like I gave enough of my life. I don't feel like I need to keep trying to explain my life. I'm good.
Now that you're happy, are you dating anyone? Nobody special?
Nope.
I don't believe you.
I'm not.
Nobody special?
No, because I'm not. I have children, and I come with a package deal. I have tried dating. Don't get me wrong, I really have. But Jamari Jador is my number one responsibility, and I think people are afraid of that responsibility. So this is my burden. I have Jamari Jador. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, I would love to, but I keep busy with my book promoting and Jamari and Jador.
So tell us about the book signing that's coming up. Can you give any information on that, or any small details that?
It's in September because it gives me more time to sell more books and hustle and put my name out there. That's the only thing I can't confirm. I told people that I will confirm the date in August of what date in September, but it will probably be the second or third week in September. But I'm not dating.
I don't believe you.
He brought it back up.
Are you probably looking at text? Is there any particular type of people that you like to date? What are you looking for with dating?
You're in the hot seat now.
Oh, this is the hot seat. Faithful. Let me see what type of people I like. I like people that are loyal. I like loyalty. Let me tell you, like, Instagram is something else. Like, it's like a dating site. Like, I get all types of DMs from people. You will hope that it's about the book, but it's about other things. And, oh, you look like this, and you like that, and like I said, I put a lot of my life on social media, so I hate when people ask me questions that I put right there in front of you. Do your research. But I'm not even focused on that, really.
Like, see, I can get the real scoop because Aaron is here. Aaron is going to come upstairs and join us, so I can ask your friend. Aaron, I can get the real
we don't spill each other's stuff. We're like
They're not gonna spill it.
we're like the what you call Sex and the City. We're like the he's the what you call
That's how it should
the
be.
whole one. What's the Kim Cattrall? He's Samantha. He's Samantha.
And you're Carrie?
I would say I'm a mixture of Carrie and Charlotte because I do want love. Like I'm fucking 30 years old, and I'm like, it's this scene where Charlotte's like, she was crying. She's like, where is he? I'm like that. Like, where is this person at? So.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
So
I love Sex and the City, but Aaron is definitely.
I would be Samantha.
Well,
In a good way.
you guys are related, so y'all related.
Samantha was freaky and old.
But I love Aaron.
That's you.
Yeah, I really love the settle though, because I mean, I don't want to touch on it too long. I was with my children's mother for 7 years. We were together a long time. Like, she used to be my best friend.
Save that thought. We're going to get more into that.
Yeah.
We're digging real deep. You guys, keep it locked here on Be Exposed Radio. More of the Jonathan Rashawn Show with myself,
Simmons.
Andre L. Simmons, my co-host. What's your name?
Not Marn. Martrez.
My partner in crime. And my bestest friend in the whole wide world,
Not in crime.
Mr. Devin. We will be back after this. And we actually have another guest joining us. Aaron is coming in, so we can talk more about Butterfly hitting home runs. Oh, Miss Brenda is calling in too, my sister in fashion. She's going to call in to give some insight on some things. Take a sip and bring it back, y'all, after this.
A quick sip.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I didn't realize, and it had a place for you to put your clothes and your shoes if you was to get naked, but it wasn't that kind of parlor.
Yeah, right.
With the Chinese people with the little fingers and stuff. It wasn't that kind with the happy endings. But it was so good. I laid down on the table. He didn't even tell me that he was getting ready to turn this machine on that was going to... I fell asleep. It was like 3 minutes in, I was gone. And it was only for 10 minutes.
Wow.
But I was gone 3 minutes. I was like, and it massaged, not only did it do the part where I was injured, but it did all the way up to the top of my skull, like right there in the middle. That's why I was gone. It was like giving me the neck treatment. It was like a passion mark. But, it was really good. It felt wonderful. It was wonderful.
Passion marks hurt.
I know, it was hurt so good.
You be trying to enjoy it, like,
Stop the blood. Am I bleeding?
oh, yeah, ooh, that's enough.
Keep going. It was one of those. It was really, really fun, though. I enjoyed it so much. I mean it. I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I just might get naked without them asking me. Why are you naked? What you got this thing on?
Kill the visual. Kill the visual.
Like this. Like, I am ready. Get your baby. Thank you. I'm gonna have a baby.
You are now listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
BeExposed.com.
You are listening to the Sharon Nixon Show. BeExposedRadio.com.
International, y'all.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
It's time for a flashback.
Why do I think that's like the KKK headquarters?
Which one, Birmingham or African?
Which one would I choose?
Yeah, if you had to go to one of them.
Wow, that is a good point. I think I would choose Alabama, though, because I can leave. I don't have to stay. Unless I'm captured, by the KKK. Then I have no choice. So just better get ready for the news. But that's a good question. That would have been a good poll question if I felt like doing polls anymore. Alabama or Africa, which one would I rather live in if I had no choice? If the world was swallowed up by water, the only places that was left was Alabama and Africa. I take the water. I will swim. It's okay. I'm not coming. Either place put me in the middle, the furthest place away from the land, and I'll swim it out. I will swim it out.
You can catch Talk Lately Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Well, welcome back. More of the Jonathan Rashawn Show. Number one show here on BeExposedRadio.com. If you are just tuning in, it is, you already know what today is. I'm going to say it anyway. It's Wednesday, July 23rd. I just like saying that. It's 8:33 p.m., 89 degrees. It is Wildin' Out Wednesday. Of course it is. It's about to get
boom, boom, boom.
In a good way. We have author of Butterflies, Hitting Home Runs, Mr. Andre L. Simmons in the building.
Hello.
He's so well spoken.
I am.
I don't know why Aaron is hiding. Pull up to this microphone. We have Mr. Aaron in a building. I had to say it. I had to say it the way I like to say it. Aaron. My big cousin in a building.
Jonathan Rashawn Show.
Nothing.
Hello, John.
We have Mr. Devin, Mr. Light Bright in the building.
What's up?
He comes by to show us love on Wednesdays. And Eric, I don't know if Eric is still coming, but if you are listening still, Eric, I hope you can make your way. My prayers is with you and your family. I love you. I love your family.
Hey, C-Ray.
If you can't make it, we understand. Hi, co-host. I love you too.
What's up?
Ain't sure, girl. And we have a caller. Hello, caller, are you there?
Hi, this is Brenda L. Jones calling you.
Brenda! Storming straight through the phone lines. Hi, sister.
Hey, Mom Cake, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy you called in. We were anticipating your phone call.
Just tell you how proud I am of you. I am so proud of you. I really
Thank you so much. I'm even more proud of you. And we want to get straight into things. We want to hear everything we need to know about this major production on August 29th.
Oh, so on August 29th, I will be launching my website, event or whatever / fashion show, and I'm looking forward to having you in there as the personality that's going to be, doing interviews for the show or whatever. But just think, that night we're gonna bring Hollywood into Baltimore. We're doing red carpet, paparazzi, live interviews. A lot of the clothes that we're gonna be showcasing, I'm gonna be showcasing that I made are like art couture. It's a lot of handwork, and I'm just looking forward to the show because I'm just so excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm going to tell you, Brenda is a businesswoman. A degree, a businesswoman.
I can hear it in her voice.
Can't you hear it in her voice? How do you multitask, Brenda? What are your days like with producing a show of this magnitude?
Say it again?
What are your days like producing this a show of this magnitude? I know that you have other things going on as well. Like, what are your days like? I know it's a lot of hard work that you put in.
Jonathan, when I tell you my days are hectic, they are hectic. I don't even think about myself or my emotions. I kind of not even, think within myself. I work full-time, so every time I leave work, I have to come home and I have to sew. I have business meetings. I have website production meetings. I have conferences with the models as well as the model managers. I have so much going on, but I always say, God, don't put no more on you than you can bear. So
that's right.
Definitely.
I'm excited. I'm excited about it, and I think because I'm so excited about it, my adrenaline is pumping. So I'm not even really thinking about how tired I am and how I could be sleeping when I should be working. I'm just so, excited about this event, and I know that people are looking forward and have high expectations, so I have to deliver, for sure. I just have to deliver.
And we know you are going to do just that. Now, tell us, where can everybody buy tickets?
So you guys can purchase tickets on my website, www.BrendaLJonesClothing.com. It's a section right there on the left with $25 for admission, for general admission, and $40 for VIP. So you guys can go straight to the website and click on general admission or VIP and have your ticket for the event.
Great. And Brenda, you also want to lock in the location and the time of the show as well?
Sure. The Brenda L. Jones Clothing website launch party will take effect and on what? At the Institute for Integrative Health on Fleet Street, 1407, Baltimore, Maryland, downtown.
Yes. And what time does the red carpet begin?
It starts at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. It's for an hour. We're also offering happy hour for our free drinks and everything, so you guys can get in the mood and feel loose enough to just, conversate and network, because it's going to be a big networking event. A lot of prestigious people are going to be in the building. So we want everyone to feel comfortable and loosen up, loosen up a little bit so that they can, network and, be more connected.
Yes. Martrez and I are both excited about coming to interview the guests, interview you as well, get some exclusive interviews.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to have you two at my event, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes, we are going to show you so much love on that day. I'm so excited and happy for you. Make sure you get some rest, though. I do want you to do that. Take a break for yourself, just 1 second.
Okay, listen. This is how I'm going to operate. This is how I operate. I work, I grind. I work like this for a couple of years to live and create the life that I want to live later.
That's right.
So right now, tired, being sleepy, talking about like my emotions and, I could be doing this and I could be having fun. One thing about entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs, they're willing to live their life like average people won't. A couple years just grinding it out, and then next few years I'll be living in luxury, so every vacation I take is a workcation. So
that's right.
It's just what it is for a couple of years.
That's how you do it. You wouldn't have it no other way.
I wouldn't have it no other way, honey.
I'm also excited because I've known you for so long over the years. I watch you model. I watch you, do certain things. Like, you just keep evolving as a businesswoman, and God definitely is taking you places.
Thank you so much, and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you in your new endeavor, and I pray that God just continue to bless you and bless everything you put your hands on. And I am excited about you and your co-host and coming to the event and just talking and discussing fashion and discussing ambiance and just making the whole place live with your radio station.
You know we are.
Make it live.
Thank you so much for calling in, sis. Guys, this is Brenda L. Jones from Brenda L. Jones Clothing. Her fashion show is August 29th. I'm going to post all of the details online tonight so that you guys can take a look and also visit her website as well, BrendaLJonesClothing.com.
And Brenda, lock in your social media before you go.
Say it again?
Lock in your social media before you go.
Sure. On Facebook, you guys can contact me at Brenda Latrice Jones. That's my personal. And Brenda L. Jones Clothing, Women's Clothing on Facebook as well. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Brenda L. Jones Clothing.
And there y'all have it. Thank you, Brenda, so much for calling in. We love you.
No problem. I love you guys, and thank you for having me. It's just an honor to be on the show and to be able to, tell the world about my event. And August the 29th, my friends, I would love to see you guys in the building. Just think class, just think ambiance, just think, extravaganza. And I just want you to be there and to experience what I have set up for you guys.
Yes. There y'all have it. Thanks, sis.
Thanks, Brenda.
All right, bye, bro. Love you guys.
Love you
See you
too.
soon.
I love her. You don't understand, when I think back to, runway, when I was, first getting my feet wet into this fashion thing, she storms it. When I tell you she walks, her clothes look amazing. She's humble. She has a nice attitude. She's the example of a businesswoman growing. Much success to you, Brenda. Andre, talking about fashion, we do got a text message.
What is Andre's relationship with Big and Tarantino now?
Perfect. Big. I don't have a beef with anyone. Big. He wished me a happy Valentine's Day.
Now these are characters in the book. Okay.
Real people, but there's the aliases. He wished me a happy Valentine's Day, and Tarantino, I can say he purchased the book. He did purchase the book. Yeah.
You blushing.
Because I know who sent that.
Now I have a question before. It's not going to slip my mind, but speaking of fashion, you have a great sense of style. I've been looking through your pictures on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Is fashion a big thing for you? You be fly.
It's not. It's funny because I don't have a lot of clothes. I mix pieces together. Like this jacket I'm wearing is my mother's. I can wear her clothes now and not get in trouble. I just mix the pieces, but I really, Aaron is the fashion king over here.
Aaron is.
I love his style.
That's the shopaholic right there.
He is. Aaron taught me how to accessorize and or you need to tone it down.
If you go to a party with Aaron, better believe he's going to be done from here.
He's always fly.
Yes. So I noticed from looking at your pictures too that you like to wear a lot of prints.
Yeah.
You're a print person.
I guess I wear if it fits. I'll wear it. Definitely. Like I said, I like mixing pieces and things of that nature. I don't really shop in the malls. I just, pieces that I have that I own, I'll just mix them up and,
You humble shop, that's what I call it.
Humble shop. I can't wait to hit up some thrift stores. That's why I was in North Carolina. I was hoping people kept old clothes, but everybody threw everything out. So, and then I have thighs, so they don't make pants for men with, weight. So I gotta kind of dress that up the best way that I can. Yeah.
You do a good job.
Thank you.
What part of North Carolina were you in?
A small town called Supply, North Carolina.
Supply?
It's
small.
It's very small. It's about 30 minutes from Wilmington, North Carolina, and we're really near the South Carolina borderline, state line. It's fun. It's home.
You seem a lot of fun.
I am a lot of fun.
What do you like to do outside of writing?
I love going to the movies. I love cooking for my family. I love
like horror movies, don't you?
I love all types of movies. I love a great story. I love a story. That's what I try to make sure my book was a great story. I love all types of movies. Like, you know, I love fantasy. You know, Lord of the Rings, The Never-Ending Story, The Color Purple, The Notebook. Why you make that face?
I love The Color Purple.
The Color Purple and Roots.
I love The Color Purple.
And it's horrible because the reason why I like these movies is because I secretly find them hilarious.
Hilarious?
Yes, hilarious. The Color Purple, Precious, I think is hilarious. I understand the story.
I've never seen Precious. I refuse.
What's your favorite movie, Devin?
I don't have a favorite movie.
I watch
What type of
Precious.
movies? Well, I know you like a combination.
I like action. Like he said, a good storyline.
I don't like action unless it's something really, really juicy. I'm more of a horror movie guy or comedy.
I love action hero stars from the 80s and 90s like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Van Damme.
I would fall asleep.
Eddie Murphy when he was a great actor. And
Eddie Murphy.
He fell off.
Really?
To me, he fell off. Like when he was Beverly Hills Cops, he used to be funny. You know, what's the movie? Coming to America.
That's one of my favorites.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant back then. You know.
If you guys have any questions, please call in. Don't just listen. You're already making us number one. I'm just saying, you might as well call in and enjoy the experience with us and converse with us.
Enter yourself to win some free garments.
Right. You want to give them the number, Martrez?
I don't know it.
You know about heart.
Actually,
Close your eyes.
The number is 1-855-835-5857, extension 1, or you can send us a text at 443-642-9403.
You good. I don't even know my own phone number. I go to my,
I got a photographic memory.
I text myself. I just type in me and it texts myself.
Why would you text yourself?
So it can pop back up. I see the number.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a contact that says me.
It is.
So why not go to the contact?
Because you guys still gotta scroll down.
I don't get it.
Don't judge me.
Right. Get it together.
So.
And you got shot.
Where does your inspiration come from, Andre?
My children. My children, I learn a lot from them. Like I said last week, they really did teach me how to love. Because, you know, I know 3 people in this world love me unconditionally, and that's my mother, my son, and my daughter. So I'm inspired by them. I'm just inspired by life itself. You know, it feels good to actually be living instead of just going day by day waiting, you know, until God calls you home. So it feels good just to be living. I'm inspired by life.
Yes.
Do you have any other ventures that you want to explore in writing?
Like from where I start, you know, when I started this book, I know I grew so much as a writer since then. I want to write more books. Like I want to spend the rest of my life writing. You know, one of the things I would love to do is make a series, a book of series for us. Like, you know, they got the Harry Potters, they got the Twilights. We don't really have anything for us. You know, I have a son and daughter, you know, they idolize things that they see on TV that's not of our color. So I would love to create something of that magnitude. You know, Tyler Perry's not doing it. You know, he's kind of stuck in the way he writes. So, you know, I definitely want to challenge myself and push myself to create something. That's something I would love to leave behind is a legacy of books of people of color.
What about a movie?
Nice. I would love for it to be a movie. Like, you know, people ask me, oh, would you want your book to become a movie, and would you want Tyler Perry to do it? And I said I wouldn't want Tyler Perry touching it. You know,
why Tyler Perry though?
That's because people don't really know. Everybody just know Tyler Perry, and like I'm proud of what he's done and the jobs that he gives our people. But I just feel like he need to hire better writers. He's so stuck in his. He's in the Oprah. He's in the Oprah, but his fan base is Christians and black women.
Yeah, he's into himself a lot. You can tell he's stuck on his own ways of doing things.
So Yeah, Lee Daniels will be someone, because of the topics that I'm talking about in this book. I know Lee Daniels could really bring that to light.
And move up to this mic. Come on. Join the party.
Trying to hide.
Come on in. Join the party. Now, I want to dig back into a little bit of what we talked about earlier with these bookmarks that I, created from some topics that we talked about. I want to talk a bit about fear.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've dealt with a lot, which we all have in the past or currently or whatever. What are some things that you feared back then with what you were doing at the time?
I feared, I wanted it to end. I wasn't scared of death because I kind of just wanted it to end at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how. I was too chicken shit to kill myself, but I definitely wanted it to all end.
Well, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Well, I'm glad I didn't either, but, I used to do a lot of sleeping. I sleep now still a lot, but I used to do a lot of sleeping to kind of make the day and night go by,
I can identify with that, challenge that, and I always, not to put my business out there or anything, this is
I want to hear it.
I shared this with some of my friends. I've struggled with stuff in the past, and what I used to do was I used to take sleeping pills, and I became addicted to them, and that was how I kind of got rid of a lot that was going on in my brain. So, yeah. I'm glad we didn't do nothing crazy and kill ourselves, Andre, because I'm successful now.
I'm glad I didn't do it. I'm definitely glad. And
I can identify with that. That's what I was going with.
My mother used to always say about me and my sister, if y'all plan on killing yourself, don't do it in my house. But I'm good now,
You're good.
Yeah.
What are some things that you guys fear? I want to hear, not necessarily what's going on in your life, but just in general, like what are some things that you fear, and what do you think you can do to overcome those fears?
I fear being broke. I don't want to be like, and when I say broke, I mean like dead broke.
Dead broke?
Dead broke. That's one of my biggest fears. STDs. I fear an STD more than death. Way more than death. Like,
what are you going to do to prevent yourself from being broke or going down that route?
You grind. So even because I know I quit jobs a lot, but when I quit jobs, it's always like I'll quit, but I'll make sure my bills are paid in advance, so that when I quit, I don't have to have that strain on me like, oh, I need to find a job in 2 weeks because the first of the month is in 3 weeks. So I plan in advance before I quit. And as far as STDs, I am very stingy. So I will go without before I have random sex. Like, I've had nightmares of like, oh, I had an STD, and like I'm in a pharmacy picking up my medicine, and then the pharmacist is like, hey, your gonorrhea medicine is ready, Mr. Price, and it's just like, ugh. So that's one of my hugest fears.
Keep wrapping it up.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe.
I'm abstinent.
Good. That's even better. Do it yourself.
I can't do that.
This is a crazy fear of mine. It's a lot going on right now, and I've been having a lot of crazy dreams about the world, people in the world battling and like turning on each other, like the Purge. They are. They're doing that now, but this is, and I never share this with anybody. Like lately, I've been having dreams of like going out the house and like just people like shooting and killing and fighting. Like I never want to see that become a reality, and I don't know why I keep, dreaming that. I hope I'm not like going crazy or something, but it comes to me at night
because it's happening.
I will like to say this though, being a person that experienced both sides, the women and the men's side, I feel like in this community is more judgmental. Mm-hmm. People are very judgmental. You thought it would be like welcoming and the heaven gates were open. It's more stressful dealing with the homosexual side than it is dealing with the straight side.
Because when you're straight, it's just, oh, you're gay. But when you're gay, is you're gay, but you're a bottom, or you're a power bottom, or you're this, or you're a fat bottom, or you're femme, or you're a trade.
Only gay people know what that is.
I just said too many terms for me to give explanations.
But I understand what you mean, definitely.
And if anybody's listening right now, I really want people to call in to engage in these conversations. A lot of people are listening. A lot of people are thinking like, wow, they're saying stuff that I couldn't have said. This is an outlet for me to inspire and uplift and inform people of what's going on. A lot of the stuff that we just shared is stuff that people are dealing with every day. So if you guys want to call in, you can be anonymous. You don't have to share your business, but just call and share stories. Give us some insight. If we inspire you, let us know. It would be a great help to us to know what we need to bring you in future broadcasts. The number to the station is 1-855-835-5857, extension 1, or you can text us at 443-642.
9403.
Good, because I couldn't see
it. You were straining your eyes. I see it. I got you back, homie.
And we want you guys to bring it back for the second half of our show. We're getting more details on how to overcome fear. We're going to talk about forgiveness. We're going to talk about moving forward. We're going to talk about homosexuality versus the straight community.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some Wild Out Wednesday questions that we're going to...
Wild out.
Some kind of crazy stuff that we're going to get into. We got Mr. Andre in the hot seat.
And I'm going to put you in the hot
seat. I ain't even turned it all the way up yet.
I'm good. I wish I had a drink, but I'm good.
And I'm going to put you in the hot seat, Jonathan.
Put me in the hot seat. I'm ready.
And you too, Devin. And you too, Ern.
More of the Jonathan Rashawn show after this with my co-host Martrez. Y'all keep it locked. We'll be back after the commercials.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket. But it's always the same basket. And it's always the same place. And then they act so surprised when I find them. But I'm like, hello? That's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Well, now we know why she goes to the clubs. And all I have to say is immigration.
For less than $50 a month, you can have the most intelligent home on the block. With Xfinity, you'll get some of the fastest internet speeds in the nation, so you can stream movies and shows on any of your personal devices and program your DVR on the go. Xfinity even lets you control your lights and temperature and get security and fire alerts from any PC or tablet 24/7, 365. All services are backed by a 30-day guarantee and start at just $49.99. Call today, 866-824-4019. 866-824-4019.
I didn't realize, and it had a place for you to put your clothes and your shoes if you was to get naked, but it wasn't that kind of parlor.
Right. Yeah, right.
With the Chinese people with the little fingers and stuff. It wasn't that kind with the happy endings. But it was so good. I laid down on the table. He didn't even tell me that he was getting ready to turn this machine on that was going to... I fell asleep. It was like 3 minutes in, I was gone. And it was only for 10 minutes.
Wow.
But I was gone 3 minutes. I was like, and it massaged, not only did it do the part where I was injured, but it did all the way up to the top of my skull, like right there in the middle. That's why I was gone. It was like giving me the neck treatment. It was like a passion mark. But, it was really good. It felt wonderful. It was wonderful.
Passion marks hurt.
I know, it was hurt so good.
You be trying to enjoy it, like,
stop the blood. Am I bleeding?
Oh. Yeah. Ooh. That's enough.
Keep going. It was one of those. It was really, really fun, though. I enjoyed it so much. I mean it. I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I just might get naked without them asking me. think of how big I was. Why are you naked? But you got a snake on.
Kill the visual. Kill the visual.
Like this. Like I am ready.
Get your baby.
Thank you. I'm a have a baby.
From north, east, south, and west, you're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hemorrhoid, you cannot have a colonic.
Well, I had hemorrhoids when I had the baby. All that pushing, he blew my behind out.
Okay.
But they've been cured. You know, after I sat in that little pool of whatever the mess that you do at the hospital, and then they give you a little, prescription afterwards, and so it's been cured up. But yeah.
Did you have laser? Did you have laser surgery to remove them?
No, it wasn't like that, Carl.
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay,
Mine back was blown out from having a baby.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, but I just wanted you to pass that on because, I think it's a good thing about colonics.
Yes.
But I was so disappointed when he said, no, because you got hemorrhoids, you cannot get a colonic.
Well, sweetheart, why don't you get your hemorrhoids fixed? Is it impossible because of homosexual sex?
No, because you know why? Because that doctor with the Z that you went to?
Yeah.
That's the one I went to, and they totally screwed it up.
Dr. Zismore?
Don't say his name.
Why? No,
because I don't want him to get any business.
First of all, he's a dermatologist. So I don't even know why you went to him for a colonic. Look, listen to me.
No. I went to him for the hemorrhoid.
No. Go to a general practitioner. Why are you going to a dermatologist to fix the damn hemorrhoid? Carl, please.
Okay.
Go get your hemorrhoids fixed. You can get hemorrhoids fixed now. Am I detecting that you're a gay male?
Yes. How you doing?
How you doing? The thing is that you might want to get your hemorrhoids fixed and stick with being a topper more than a bottomer so that they can really heal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm tired of buying Preparation H. I'm tired of it.
Well, the thing is that you got to lay off taking it and just start giving it more.
Oh, see, but I'm a bottom girl.
Yeah, I understand that. Then your behind is going to forever stay blown out, and you're going to forever stay, bloody in the sheets. Shout out to Tigger. You understand what I'm saying?
Girl, please.
All right, I know this conversation has gone left out.
I know. Okay, hey, good. About your CD is the bomb.
Thank you, Carl.
All right, bye.
Bye. Take care. Big Tigger, I'm sorry, but his two-way, he's probably already changed his numbers. How you doing? Au revoir.
Drug, alcohol, and gambling addiction can be devastating for you and your loved ones. Don't let the disease of addiction ruin everything you have worked so hard for. If you or a loved one is suffering from a drug, alcohol, or gambling addiction, call now and get a free, confidential consultation. Help is only a phone call away. Call 1-877-867-3063. That's 1-877-867-3063.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
You messed up. I was about to sing.
Listen to this. Before your date, you had a spicy chicken sandwich. You haven't eaten all day, and you still wasn't full, right? So you went to Popeyes and got a 4-piece. You ate that 4-piece. You was good after that. So then your date called you and said, babe, I'm on my way to pick you up. You don't gotta drive. Like, I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna go to the movies or whatever, right? So your babe come and get you. You get in the car. As soon as you get in the car, your stomach start bubbling. You start cramping up. You start breaking out into sweats. You feel thirsty. You feel nauseous. Y'all pull off. He gonna open the car door for you to get out the car when you arrive at the movie theater, and you pass gas. Only thing is that it wasn't gas, it was wet. And you just remembered that you had on a white linen skirt and no drawers on.
You said a skirt.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking from a female perspective. What would you
white
do?
linen pants then.
Right.
Or white linen pants for you. There you go.
I would have told him. I would like take me home because I mean,
You ain't have on no drawers.
I would have.
The girl picked you up and you ain't have on no drawers.
He
Or a
was.
guy who picked you up and had on no drawers. You ain't have on no drawers. You had on white linen pants. And you shitted on
I would have
yourself.
told him.
What would you do?
I mean, he would have smelled
Yeah,
it.
you would have smelled it. Right. I would have told
Like,
him.
what's that smell? It smell like shit.
You left your wallet at home. You ain't had no car keys. You couldn't leave. You would tell them you shitted on yourself and take you back home?
I sure would.
You gonna have to.
What you gonna say? Take me back home, and then they're gonna be like, what does that smell?
I'm gonna say you must have thought it.
I probably was gonna went to the movie theater and I probably was gonna move to like a white bathroom,
But you have on white.
But
I would have rinsed my pants out in the back.
that's so embarrassing.
Oh, you can't do that.
It
It's
would
a
have
sin.
been more than one person.
You would have dabbed in the toilet.
And if you would have sat down, it would have just stuck to it.
Yeah, I'd rather tell one person than.
Do you think that person would have took you out again?
Hell no.
Is this a person like that you just like? First
just
date,
met,
like,
or-
you just met?
Yeah.
No.
That's done.
What if you?
And everybody's gonna know about it. I went to pictures, but
What would that do for your pride? You on a date with somebody you just met. You shitted on yourself. You're in white pants and no drawers on.
But why would you wear that?
They took you all the way to Columbia. You live in a city. They drive all the way home smelling like shit in their car. And their Lexus.
But I think he wore that because, I mean, I didn't think he had whatever. He didn't have gas until he ate the Popeyes, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
why
I
would
guess
you
he
eat
wore that
McDonald's
because
Why would you eat McDonald's when you have a
He
date?
had Popeyes.
No, he had Popeyes and a
You
spicy
said
chicken
spicy-
sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Right.
well, why did he eat Popeyes and Chick-fil-A?
He was hungry.
You just asking him like
He should have ate an apple.
right. You just asking him
Should have
like,
ate an apple.
have diarrhea eating.
What was
Chick-fil-A.
how would your pride be after that? What would you do, Andre?
If I was the one who shitted on myself?
Yeah.
I mean, I shitted on myself when I was a kid. Yeah, I shitted on myself when I was a kid. And my Aunt Janelle, actually, we was at the dollar store and she gave me a bag to sit on. But I never shitted. I didn't even spit. I never shitted on myself being a grown person. I would feel embarrassed, but I would get over it, especially if I never see that person again.
I had a dream I
Shit
shit on
happens.
myself.
Would you
And you really did it?
apologize?
No.
Would you apologize?
I would apologize.
Because you gotta sit back in there and see.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm sorry that your
Well, what-
seat is going to smell like shit.
Well, what if they say lay in my back seat?
You be where you
I would
sit.
catch a cab. I was doing good. I was doing good with not saying the B
I'm just
word.
saying, what if they say lay in the back of my car? I don't want you messing up my seats.
I would catch a cab.
Well, why?
Because I felt like you're playing with
but I'm
me.
just- why
You're
would you-
playing with me. Lay down.
But why would
Lay
you
down
wanna
in my
sit-
back seat.
Why would you want to sit in it though?
Because I feel like they're playing with me, telling me to lay down in the back
Right,
seat.
lay on your stomach in the
Lay on your
back
stomach in
seat. Right. I would rather do that than to sit
I feel
on
like
it.
somebody playing with me. Why can't I sit sideways?
Because
Let's go smudge. You just go mush together.
It can be on my cheeks, but you're trying to protect your chairs. I'm gonna go home and take a
I would
bath.
look at
so
the
why
person.
should I lay down.
I would look at that person and say, I would say, it was just a little poo-poo.
Yeah, and you would get out my car. You would get out my
But if I was the
car.
person, I think I would have like just gave you cab money to go home because I wouldn't want to take you. I mean, like you said, my Lexus, I wouldn't want to get my seat.
And it wasn't leather seats.
Oh yeah, you'll just catch the cab home.
Ooh.
I'll take the person.
I'm
Right.
gonna take the person home.
I'm going to be a
Sorry.
gentleman.
A spicy chicken
I would
sandwich
take
and
the person home.
Popeyes
You would not
all
get
over
my
your leather
Lexus
seats.
seats messed up.
And they had macaroni and cheese for their side from Popeyes.
I mean, you can lay in my car until the cab come home, but you.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
I don't
just
think I'll
a-
give you ride home.
That was just a random question to open up the
Especially if I
second
didn't know
half
you
of the
like
show. What would you do if you took somebody on a date and they shitted in your Lexus in the front seat in their white pants? Give us a call, 1-855-835-5857 extension 1. Or text us. We really want to know what would you do. 443-642-9403.
Stop saying shit it. See? Bowel movement.
Poo-poo.
BM.
Poo-poo.
Stop cussing.
Feces.
So back to Mr. Andre. I also talked about earlier forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Have you forgave a lot of people that you've dealt with in the past?
you don't. I mean, I didn't expect anyone to say, "Oh, I'm sorry for what I've done." And, you know, you just kind of let it go. You know what I'm saying? You just let go of that pain. Like I said, writing for me was the healing process.
So that was the forgiveness for everything.
That was the forgiveness for everything. Yes, definitely. You know, like I said, my book wasn't to hurt or offend or try to break anybody down. It was just things that I had to do to be delivered.
Do you think for anybody that forgiveness is a good thing for anything that they've dealt with a individual, or just for anything that went wrong?
I think forgiveness is very important for you to move on with your life. You know, why hold on to the anger or pain? You know, you're only hurting yourself in the end.
What do you guys think about forgiveness?
I forgive people.
Do you forgive, or you just say, like, it is what it is, I'm not forgiving you?
It depends on what it is.
Depends on the situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I find that over the years that I've learned to forgive, but it's still kind of hard for me.
What about you,
No,
Montrez?
I can say I do. I do forgive. I'm a pretty forgiving person, only because it takes too much energy to hold grudges. If I don't forgive you, oh, now every time I see you, I don't want to speak, or I'm going to get quiet when you come around, or it's too much stress on your brain. Like, I can be thinking about how to make money, than thinking about, oh, I need to hold on to what this person did to me.
I think it depends on the situation for me too. I forgive, but at the same time, I need to learn how to. Do you think should you verbally forgive them?
I haven't verbally,
or just like Andre said, like you just done with it. Just
It's a
done
difference,
with it.
yeah.
I can count the times that I seen my father on my right hand, and he apologized to me April of 2010 for not being in my life.
That's a big step.
It was, and then he told me he was going to come see me and the babies, but that never happened. So I accepted his apology, and I accept that he doesn't want to have no part of, you know, my life, and that's one of the. You asked me, what was I also inspired by? He inspires me not to be like him. You know, people like to blame their past or their upbringing for how they turn out. My father was not there for me. I love him, you know, very much, but I didn't let by him not being present in my life, I didn't allow that to affect the type of father that I am for Jamari and Jador. You know, so, you know, like I said, forgiveness, you know, don't wait on anyone to tell them, you know, to tell you that they're sorry. You gotta just let it go.
Right.
You know, definitely to just basically move on and keep living, you know, your life, you know, so.
Now, speaking of parenting, I want to touch on this as well, because I'm trying to touch on topics that you've experienced, like, in life and through your book, with people, with things that are going on with people that I know, or people that are dealing with the same situations. Now, I do know a lot of guys. You talked about coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of guys in the that are gay who have children. What is some advice to people who have an issue with coming out or isn't out, that have kids or are struggling with those issues?
You talking about the DLs?
If that's what they call it. Because I don't think people know what DL is anymore.
Oh, they know what down low is.
I've learned just a lot over the past year and a half. You know, you have all types of DL. You know, you got the DL where they have the wives and the girlfriends, and they go out and do their thing, which I've never done when I was with her. Then you have the church DLs, which is people who are Christians who, you know, live for Christ, but they do things behind closed doors, and I couldn't, you know, be that type of DL, because like I said, you know, you got people, I feel like the DL church guys are living life for the people in the church and not for themselves, because God saw you suck that dick. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those type of situations, but I just know you're not going to be truly free until you are free, because the longer you're in a situation where you're not living your truth, a lot of people are going to be hurt.
Right. And I want to thank you, too, for answering some of these questions, because these are the hot seat questions that I wanted to ask instead of asking, like, personal things or, anything, like, too crazy. I wanted to ask questions that I want to know, that other people want to know that are afraid to talk about as well.
Yeah.
With that being said, with you coming out and you having 2 children, have you prepared things to tell your kids in the future if they ask about your sexuality or anything like that? How do you prepare for that?
Well, the book is dedicated to Jamari and Jador. I wrote a very detailed book about my life and, what Daddy has done. I'm not going to have anyone tell Jamari and Jador what type of man I was. I wrote a book about it. So I'm definitely prepared, or you have people asking me, do your children know? My number one goal right now is for Jamari and Jador to be children, to go to school, be happy. I want them to have a childhood that will come when it's supposed to come. So I just take it one day at a time, and again, Jamari and Jador, they love me, I love them, and as long as I continue to do the right thing, and that's, being their father and continue to be there for them, I'm definitely on the right path.
Now, with that being said, you still want to be yourself. I'm pretty sure that you have friends that are gay or females that are lesbian that you still communicate with.
I don't have no lesbian friends, not that I know of. I don't really have a lot of friends, to be honest with you. I have close people, very dear, gay or straight, in my life, but I don't, from my understanding, I don't have any lesbian friends.
And so I'm going to ask you this question, and this is not to offend anyone, it's another question I want to know. I'm going to ask a mature person that can give me the correct response or give me some insight on it. Do you think it's okay for a guy that is homosexual to take his kids around that community or those type of people? Because I see a lot of that. I see a lot of guys that are having kids that are still bringing that around their children. Do you think you should separate that?
Well, for me, I don't take Jamari and Jador any and everywhere. I take them around children, places like to the park, Chuck E. Cheese, grocery stores, things like that. To each his own. I have to protect Jamari and Jador. And that's where I am with that. Like, as far as the guys, Jamari and Jador, they see my friends. They don't see the other side of it, because one thing about children, they're very honest and they always asking a lot of questions. So if you start doing things in front of them, you got to be prepared to answer them. Daddy, who is this? Daddy, who is that? So I have great friends around me, but if someone was interested in me on that in another way, I don't bring them around my children.
Right, and if you guys have any, any response to anything, we have a lot of people listening. Our ratings are consistently going up, and I thank you guys for that. A lot of men and women out there listening. If you guys want to engage in anything, if you have any questions, give us a call. The lines are open. 1-855-835-5857, extension 1. And Montrez, you want to give them that text number?
Sure. Send us a text at 443-642-9403, right? Because I was busy. But let me say it again. 443-642-9403. So, text us, call in, any questions, insight, whatever you feel, call us. We want to hear from you. So, Andre, how do you feel, or how do you deal with, or have you had to deal with any naysayers who talk negatively about you being a gay male raising your son in particular?
Again, I never put it out that I am gay. I wanted people to kind of read it from the book. So this is my first time actually saying it, that I am. Jamari, he's a boy. He loves playing his video games. He loves, he do boy things. I do boy things with him, and and then Jador. I have to kind of separate what I do, because Jador and I love playing dress up, love taking pictures and things of that nature. So when if Jamari's in the picture, I have to kind of bribe him to take pictures. Like I said, the important thing for me is to make sure that they're both loved. I think that's something that all children want, whether you're gay or straight, is to be loved, and they want a lot of attention. All that other stuff will come later on, because it takes, a lot of people, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, they don't know what gay is and things of that nature. A lot of people are not even out. So, I just make sure that Jamari is loved, and I don't put too much pressure on him. I see a lot of myself in him, but one thing about me, when I was a child, I was very happy. Things happened as I gotten older, but I got my spark back at the end. And that's what I want Jamari Jador to be, happy and, just be children. We'll handle that when it comes to it.
Okay. And speaking of kids, I want to jump off topic for just a second. Earlier, Martrez and I were guests on At the Sugar Shack with Miss J, and we were discussing the issue about the new law that was passed with the curfew, with kids, being taken to the truancy center if they're out past 9 p.m. if they're a certain age. What are your views on that?
Well, I don't have to worry about that right now because Jamari Jador is 6. Jamari, he'll be 8, so they don't be out that late at night. I definitely think children should be in by a certain time, because there's all types of people out there. I didn't hear about that. But
yeah, so I think the debate what's going on now is that you have people on both sides of the fence. I kind of looked at both views. I do think that the kids should be in at a certain time, especially if you live in a city. You see a lot of what's going on. You see people getting killed. You see people getting robbed by children. Where are their parents?
Exactly.
So that's an issue. But at the same token, you're wasting money, implementing something like this, but at the same time, you're still paying cops overtime. That's the other side of it. You're paying cops overtime to stay out late, to, arrest these kids and to protect them at a truancy center and to house them at locations. Why not use that money to open rec centers?
Yeah.
Or fund different projects. So I think that's kind of like the big argument right now.
I don't really like cops.
And I know you and I talked about this before. What do you think about it?
I think children should be in the house at a certain time. No ifs, ands, or buts.
So you guys, I'm taking a poll for my good friend Miss J. She, brought this question up earlier. So you guys hit up my social, my Instagram. Tag me in some of your thoughts with it. Text us here at the station. We want to know so that when the politicians come on her show next week, we can kind of talk about this more in detail.
And what age did this range from?
Not sure exactly, but it's young. I think it starts at 16. They have to be in the house by 9. And if you're 18, it's like a later time, probably around 10 or 11.
18.
Yeah. They
18 years old.
18 years old, I believe. Is it?
I feel like.
Is it 18? We're gonna look it up. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Say, you need to be in the house at a certain time.
But it's a really, the age range is really weird and the times is weird. When you look at it, you would kind of be like, wow. But at the same time, I do think it's needed because it's so many senseless crimes going on right now, and parents need to step up to the plate.
There's two things for me. I feel like it's the parents' job, so it shouldn't take your city to implement a curfew for you to have your children in the house at a certain time. That's one thing. But on the other hand, we have those drug addict parents or those parents that don't care.
Having children. You have those too.
I don't judge them.
I don't judge anyone, but I think that should wait. You never know the parent situation. Things happen, but I do think a caregiver or somebody should be stepping forward to get these kids off the streets.
Like a 16-year-old, from somebody who having a child at 25. So,
but when you
think like kids,
well, I'm saying, kids as kids.
Yeah, but when you think about it, back in the day, older men were marrying younger women, and they were having kids with their husbands at 16. So sometimes,
but it wasn't as hard as it is nowadays. Like rent is not $1,000. These women were living on their own with their husbands and having kids.
That's true.
So, nowadays it's kids still having kids in their parents' house. So times has changed.
I don't blame them. I blame the parents.
It definitely starts with the parents.
It does start with the parents.
What is your, as a parent, what is your suggestion? Give some insight. Tell us what parents need to do to get their kids off of the street, and I don't just their back. Give them some insight for the lost souls.
They're the parents for a reason. They need to lay a foundation down and rules in their home. To protect your children, they do need to be in by a certain time. What are they out? Why are they out there that late doing what? They're going to get in trouble. Definitely.
Unless the air conditioner was broken, they needed some air because
open the window.
My BGE could be cut off. If the air conditioner broke, they could be outside catching a breeze. Other than that,
But what about the kids that don't listen to their parents?
I still blame the parents because they don't listen to you because you play with them too much. You didn't set that foundation to I'm the parent and what I say goes. You allow them to think, I can play with you and what you say is a joke to me. So that's why they don't listen. A child can't just say I'm not going to listen to what my mother says. They grew up and they either watched you not listen to your mother or you played too much with them. So therefore they feel like they don't have to listen.
But what about the 17-year-olds that said, I'm grown, so how do
they
tell them to come
I still
into
think
the
they
house?
seen their parents do it.
Yeah, because in my book I wrote about something with my mother's relationship and myself when I was a kid. I used to get jealous when she would play with other relatives.
Really?
And
that's interesting.
She, but she was like, I'm not your friend, I'm your mother. Because if she always say this thing, you play with a puppy, he'll lick your mouth. So you definitely can't have that friendship and trying to be a parent with your child because they will come off disrespectful. Out with Jamari and Jador, you'll try to be, play with them a little too much, and then Daddy, shut up. You're like, what? Can't play with you now. Daddy's back. Go sit your ass down. So I agree with you. It starts in the home, and if you chose to be a parent, be a parent to these children.
And you guys, we have much more topics to come in the last segment of our show tonight, you guys. We're winding down on Wild Out Wednesday. And Andre is coming back. Devin is coming back. John is going to shut up for the last half. And Aaron is going to come on, and we're going to definitely put some people on the hot seat and give you guys a great ending of the show. So come back in a few minutes. Go get a sip and take a piss.
Before you hit the runway, make sure you know the do's and don'ts of the fashion world.
I competed in the Thurgood Marshall model search competition where they went through all HBCUs and they picked one male, one female African American, and you would go to Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. I won as the male, and then I met this girl from FAMU who went. The experience was awesome. We got to meet Tyson Beckford, Vanessa Williams, and blah, blah, but I had to know when I went there that you're not about to be doing any swing, any switching, no twisting, and no turning. And you need to make sure that you're not doing any pivot twists. You're stopping at the top, getting your 3 seconds, and you walking your ass off. And sometimes when you come from Baltimore, what I've learned about models in Baltimore is that they are so big-headed.
Big-headed.
Like, oh my God.
Very big-headed.
Because you could do 45 whole turns, that doesn't mean anything. Like, because you learn from... I'm not gonna say that name, but because you learn from somewhere and somebody taught you how to do all this shit, that means nothing. So don't come into my model call and procure the shit and then tell me, well, so and so taught me, bitch. Go back to them and tell them I said they can come for free and we will teach them the right way. And people don't know that. Like, even girls, some girls don't know that. In runway, you can't do all that swing and all that. You have to have a simple ass walk when you go into like New York Fashion Week and different. They don't want to see all that.
For more of the Jonathan Rashawn Show, be sure to tune in live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio Loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
Well, now we know why she goes to the clubs. And all I have to say is immigration. Let's get to the girl whose man took a crap in the middle of the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Wendy, young, vibrant, dark brown, single, 30. I'm a woman with no children. I recently began dating this guy that I dated in college 8 years ago. It was one of those things where back then we were mentally two different places and it never really jumped off into a relationship, but we remained good friends over the years and got back together over the summer. Wendy, he is great. I love him. And I noticed early on that he drank a lot, though. He always said that he had it under control.
It's time to enjoy your TV better, your internet better, and your phone better, starting as little as $40 a month. Xfinity by Comcast offers the best solution for all your entertainment needs. Choose from thousands of on-demand titles, stream movies, and shows on any of your devices. Control your DVR on the go from anywhere. And now introducing Xfinity Start Over. Restart a show that's already in progress. Now you won't miss a minute of your show when you're running late. How about some of the nation's fastest internet speeds, not only at home, but when you're on the go with Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots? How about having the most intelligent home on the block with lighting and temperature control, 24/7 security, and firewall from any PC or tablet? All services are backed with a 30-day guarantee and packages starting at just $49.99. You can't lose. Don't delay. Local reps are waiting for your call. Just dial 866-824-4019. Again, that number, 866-824-4019.
I didn't realize, and it had a place for you to put your clothes and your shoes if you was to get naked, but it wasn't that kind of parlor.
Yeah, right.
With the Chinese people with the little fingers and stuff. It wasn't that kind with the happy endings. But it was so good. I laid down on the table. He didn't even tell me that he was getting ready to turn this machine on that was going to... I fell asleep. It was like 3 minutes in, I was gone. And it was only for 10 minutes.
Wow.
But I was gone 3 minutes. I was like, and it massaged, not only did it do the part where I was injured, but it did all the way up to the top of my skull, like right there in the middle. That's why I was gone. It was like giving me the neck treatment. It was like a passion mark. But, it was really good. It felt wonderful. It was wonderful.
Passion marks hurt.
I know, it was hurt so good.
You be trying to enjoy it, like,
stop the blood. Am I bleeding?
Oh. Yeah. Ooh. That's enough.
Keep going. It was one of those. It was really, really fun, though. I enjoyed it so much. I mean it. I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I just might get naked without them asking me. You think I'm making Why are you naked?
Kill the visual! Kill the visual!
Like this. Like, I am ready. Your baby. Thank you. I'm a have a baby.
You are listening to the Sharon Nixon Show on TheExposedRadio.com.
International, y'all!
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, you guys, we're back. It's the Jonathan Rashawn Show, and I am your co-host, Martrez, Mar Not Mon. That's going to be my brand, Mar Not Mon. And this is the last portion of the show, you guys, the #1 show on Be Exposed Radio. So if you're just tuning in, we have in the studio, is that a caller? Hello?
Hello?
Caller, who's this? Who's this?
Is this the radio? Is this the radio?
Is this the radio?
Is this the radio?
Yes, it's the radio. Who's this?
Shit. Hello?
Yes, this is the radio. Who's this?
I was calling because I heard y'all talk about the curfew.
The curfew? What about the curfew? Do you have kids?
Hello?
Do you have kids?
Is it steady? It's like...
I I work all night, and I don't have nobody to watch my kids, so I let them still follow the steps and play with the other kids.
You want them to sit outside on the steps.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with them sitting outside for them alone.
And what if the bunny man come get him?
What's that?
You don't know about the bunny man? He rapist. He run around naked and pick people up. All these rapists going around the city.
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't judge parents by the book of their cover, because you don't know what they go through.
But your kids can be inside. They need to be inside. You need to be inside.
You have kids?
Are you related to Debbie?
You have children?
Is this Debbie's cousin?
This is Debbie's sister.
Debbie's sister.
You have children, Martin?
You're going to get yourself called out your name if you say my name like that.
Well, y'all did a very good job, and I just wanted to say thank you for all the great things you do for the community. And Andre, thank you. You really inspired me.
You're an inspiration, Andre.
Oh, thank you so much.
What's your name, Debbie's sister?
My name is Roslyn.
Roslyn.
You can find me on Instagram at roslyn.government@roslyn.com. That's my Instagram. Thank y'all, and y'all have a Be Exposed evening, okay?
A Be Exposed evening. All right, go let your kids in the
I
house.
gotta go to work.
Okay, go let your kids in the house.
Everybody at Norma Jeans down at the club tonight.
At Norma Jeans. You better go to Midnight Kings, girl. No, what is it? Kings of Diamonds.
Felicia.
Cool. So Miss Roslyn want her kids outside on the steps.
Get your baby.
Right, get your baby off them damn steps and let them in the house.
Get your baby.
So you guys, we're back. Apparently Rob really likes this beat because he's vibing over there. And we have 19 minutes left to really go in depth and get some last minute things from Andre. Put him in the hot seat for the last portion of the show. Do you have any questions, Kevin?
No, I don't have any questions. I'm ready for him to be in the hot seat.
Oh, God.
I've been in the hot seat, so he has to too.
You haven't been in the hot seat. Are you crushing on anyone?
Question, like on.
Who was that shot for, Rob? Devin?
No, that wasn't for me.
It was for me? He's so disrespectful. Are you crushing on anyone, Devin?
As far as who?
Just anyone.
No, I'm crushing on success.
Like Nikki, I'm about to curse, but the video of Nikki when she said, "Bitch, I got beef with being broke. I'm not worried about you, or you." That's my theme video. I got beef with being broke.
I'm so indecisive about her. Like, one minute I like her, and the next minute I'm like, I don't really care too much for her.
I like old Nikki.
I like old Nikki. What do you mean by old Nikki? Because I don't.
When Nikki first came out, I like her as a
with
pop.
her mixtape, or are you talking about her album?
Her first album was cool too.
I love
the first album.
Mixtape.
Everything before, the first album and before. I like.
She's just cocky.
Very cocky.
She's very cocky, but like she keeps saying, I want to pave the way for, I want to, basically try to uplift these, rappers who are local or whatever you want to call them. But then she stay in line to drop them back down like they're not shit.
It's controversial. People will follow her for that.
I think she's talented, but
she is talented. I won't
that's
take that away.
I think she's watered
But she
down
needs
now.
to not forget where she came from.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what she's trying to get back to now.
Because Nicki didn't win any Grammys yet.
And she may not ever.
Yeah, so you can't think you're the baddest, and you're not.
I didn't like her behavior at the BET Awards.
It upset
Her
me.
true color started to show.
She was real shady.
Very.
But you see how she was uplifting, saying, "No,
No.
It's a video online of her doing that.
And you can't mix humble with being cocky. I don't think that's kind of.
Because at first I was feeling her speech until like she got to the part where she said something about she almost died, and They said she threw shade at
Iggy. Because she said she said I write all my songs, and that was like a shot towards Iggy. But
did Iggy say she didn't write her lyrics? I'm confused by the whole. Iggy.
Well, I think it was some kind of like underlying stuff that happened before that. I was reading some blogs online, and it was said that somebody writes Iggy's music, basically.
But so what? I honestly think that Lil Wayne writes some of her music.
I agree.
But the thing I like about Nicki is to see her go from battle rapper in the hood to international pop star. To see her go, but
she's not a rapper anymore, in my eyes.
She's getting back to rap now. She went.
It's like hooked on phonics rap, like.
No.
Look at Sean. No, this is not Hop on Pop or Green Eggs and Ham. Lil Kim.
I like Lil Kim. I love
Raps.
Lil Kim is before my time.
What are you trying to say, Lil?
You are.
Damn.
I still love Trina.
I
love Trina. She's still cute. She still has her original breasts.
But I YouTube Trina. I didn't YouTube Lil Kim.
You was like 2 when Pullover came on.
Mind your business.
She was the queen. I still consider her the queen of rap.
Who, Trina?
No.
Who, Lil Kim? I think so. She started a lot of trends and a lot of things that female rappers were afraid to do.
The wigs and the outfits.
She was sexy to female rappers.
Yeah.
And Foxy too. People don't give Foxy her props.
I like Foxy. Did you like who? Come on the mic. We can't hear you.
He said Inga.
Inga, who's that?
Inga Marshall.
She's on that rap show that's coming out, right?
Right. Look at Jonathan acting like he knows people.
That's Foxy name?
Okay. See, I don't know her by her government name.
Right. I don't know Inga.
Brooklyn.
Oh. Put your lighters up.
So yeah, Foxy.
Put your lighters up.
You don't know how many licks?
He know that song.
I don't know how many licks.
You probably was in the house practicing the dance.
See, I'm trying to not to call you bitch, but you're forcing me.
What do you got for the second segment? Let's move on.
Well, I'm ready for these hot seat questions.
Get to them because
my seat burning up.
Less than 14 minutes.
Yeah, I tried to ask Devin was he crushing on anybody. He tried to plead the fifth.
A celebrity?
It could be anybody.
No,
you can say I'm crushing on the man that I seen when I was walking in the building. It could be anybody.
I don't really crush. I really don't have a crush. That sounds so like juvenile to me. Like when you say crush.
Jonathan flipped his hair.
Oh,
I don't have any hair. I don't want no hair.
Jonathan flipped his hair.
Who am I crushing on?
He flipped his hair again.
I don't have any hair.
That is outright lies.
Rob.
That's outright lies.
Oh man, you can't even talk to us.
I'll be his words. Rob, are you crushing?
Can you hear us, Rob?
Yes.
We want to know what happened to your headboard.
Yeah, what happened to the headboard, Rob? It flew away.
While Mark Trans think about hot seat questions, I got some more questions for our author, our amazingly humble author here on the radio station, Mr. Andre. What is your life going to be like moving forward beyond everything? After your first book success, what is life looking like for you going forward?
Traveling the world, writing more books, falling in love. I want more babies. I'm probably going to adopt. But just traveling the world. I don't know what God has in store for me. Whatever He has, I'm ready. I'm prepared to face whatever He's going to throw at me.
But there's some places in the world you want to see. You said you want to travel.
Well, I used to live in Trinidad. So I already did Aruba, Puerto Rico, Curacao, Grenada, St. Lucia, all of the islands, and I went on a cruise. I haven't been to Africa. My mother was stationed over there for two years and 2 months. She was in Egypt, but I wanted to always visit Africa. I want to visit South Africa. I want to visit Europe. I still want to go to Japan.
I want to go to the safari.
Definitely the safari.
Now, when I go to Africa, I do say that I want to go on a mission. Like, I want to go. There's so much going on over there. Like, I want to go. Like, I see, like, Angelina Jolie and all these people doing great things. I'm going to go on a mission there. And, I don't know, after seeing Left Eye, you know, do other stuff in Honduras, it looks so serene. It's Honduras. I want to go there. Honduras? I don't know where Honduras is.
This is Central America.
Central America.
Yeah.
What continent?
Central America. Is right below the U.S. Is right between North America and South America.
Okay.
Central America.
Honduras looks so relaxing after seeing her in that
I hope I don't sound dumb. Central America is a continent.
It's not a continent.
It's in between.
With the U.S.
North or south.
But it's in between. It's like a connecting point, right?
Yeah, it connects.
Yeah, it's in between.
I got it.
Will it be North America?
But I mean, it still would be in a continent. It still wouldn't be.
Can you pull up a map?
Central America continent.
I think it's part of North America.
So it's
I failed geography.
It has to be part of North America.
Yeah, but that place is just like so serene for her.
Wow, so you did a lot of traveling. You went to all the exotic places.
Yeah, I was there in Trinidad for 5 years, 94 to 1999.
Thank you, Rob. There's the map.
It's part of North America. Yeah.
Okay.
Nike Jordan shoes, though.
I think
that's still not even Jordan, John.
I gotta bring my homie Rob that gift and that I've been meaning to bring him.
No, he can ride a skateboard barefoot.
What parts of Puerto Rico did you go to?
The city, the capital, was it San Juan?
San Juan.
Yeah.
I went to San Juan too. I didn't like it.
I was a kid. I was in 9th grade. We went there for a Spanish trip. The Spanish Club.
That should have been fun.
It was fun.
Well, what high school you go to?
I was in Trinidad from 1994 to 1999. I was at the International School of Port of Spain because my mother was the U.S. secretary at the embassy. She was the ambassador secretary at the U.S. Embassy.
Say what?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I talk about that in the book.
I need to read this book. I'm gonna read.
It was a great experience. That's why I want my children to experience travel.
I think everybody should experience traveling because it's much more than Baltimore.
Yeah. Luckily, I was involved to. I need to have my. I'm going to say he's my mentor. I'm going to say my old mentor. We lost contact. But I need to have Lamar on the show. That would be the perfect person to come on the show.
I would love
Shout out to Lamar Shields. He had us traveling a lot too, doing different things.
I would love a mentor.
Yeah, this guy, Aaron actually met him before. He's taken us to so many places on college tours. I've traveled to so many places. We met so many celebrities and stuff. And I think that he's responsible for a lot of the success that I have today. I'm not, at the top of where I want to be, but I think that a lot of my foundation started from him, from the Urban Leadership Institute. So if anybody has any connection with Lamar, give him my number, forward him to me, and to find my mentor.
And again, I want to thank both you guys for offering me this interview.
No problem.
A lot of people said that they would, but they're, just talking. So I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Somebody sent me a message that said, why are you having the same guest come back on? And I had to explain to them, when we bring guests on, it needs to be a guest that has a purpose. We always ask our guests that. If you don't have a purpose, there's no need for you to come on the show.
Right.
I like to uplift, again, inspire, and inform. And I think that if that particular guest that I want to come on can do that for that moment of what I'm thinking, then why not? And you're an upcoming artist just like myself. I think that we need to connect more. We need to network. And every chance that I get to do that with anybody, if it's 3 or 4 times back to back, then that's what I want to do. And the funny thing about it is that person has no purpose in life. They're not doing anything.
Yeah. You're going to meet haters.
And I hope you listen to the show today, ma'am.
They probably are. They probably are.
Bow, we shot you. On Be Exposed Radio.
Yeah.
But no, shout out to everybody who's been so great to our show. Sim, Rob, Eric, everybody who's came on that's doing things.
But you know what I would like to say to that person? Even though they're hating, you're listening to the show.
They're listening to the show.
You know that we're bringing on the same guest.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Devin, Rob, everybody who comes on and everybody who joins in the conversation. thank you so much. The show is going to go places. I've been working with Martrez trying to build different shows, have different artists come on, and we have some amazing shows coming up. So you guys look forward to that.
I'm going to make a calendar because Jonathan sent me a calendar with nothing on it.
Yeah, my calendar, it was an epic thing.
A malfunction.
When I sent it to you, it was nothing in it, but the one in my phone is like kind of. So Andre, tell them again, where can they find the book, the pricing, all of that good stuff they need to know.
You can find the book on Amazon.com. Type in Butterflies Hitting Home Runs. It was $24.99. Now it's down to $21.
So it's no excuse for y'all. Y'all go to the club. Y'all go buy chicken boxes.
Nah, they go to
man book
on the run.
Hard on this.
They spend so much money on Beyonce tickets. A lot of my crushes. Ooh, I'm gonna support you, but you know they always broke. You know, so it's $21.
You single? I know somebody that's crushing on you, Andre.
I don't.
But that's a whole nother
I
story.
know somebody that's crushing on you too.
I'm good.
And they listening right now.
Say hi. Say hi to your crush.
I don't have crushes.
Devin has a question for you.
Say hi, crush.
Hi, crush.
Do you control the book prices? Like, do you say how much you want to sell your book for?
I did choose $24.99, and but I don't choose how it's dropping. That's Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I recommend people to go to Amazon to purchase it because on I think it's Books A Million, they still charging the customers for $24.99. On Kindle is $9.99. So I did choose the price, but the price, drops down. But yeah, you can go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million online, and support a up and coming author.
Best-selling author. I'm just going to say that. Yeah. Also, while we're talking about books too. One of my other brother's book too, Shavaz L. Brown. His book is in stores. Both of his books.
I follow him. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, that's one of my close friends. I'm so proud of both of you guys. It takes a lot to do something like that.
It really do. Actually, he's inspiring me with everything he has going on because he's where I'm trying to get.
That's my little brother. We actually went to high school together. We've been friends for a long time. And I remember him saying to me over and over again, to us, like in our circle, saying things like he want to write a book. And to see it come to life, it's amazing to see anybody who's working on projects.
Yeah.
For you, for Brenda, for Devin, who's in nursing school, for Martrez, who's doing things. Like everybody around me, Aaron, like everybody that's in my circle right now, I feel like is doing something with their life. And it's being productive. So for me, that's a good thing because I'm feeding off of that energy too, and it's making me do things. So,
and I hope you guys come to my book release party.
Of course,
it's gonna be free food, free drinks. I just want people to have a good time.
We're gonna be there. I'm gonna support you 100%.
And the event you have for August the 29th is what?
August 29th is Brenda's website launch and fashion show, and we're actually going to be hosting on the red carpet.
Okay.
We're going to do a live broadcast of the show.
And are you going?
Please come. Her show is going to be it's Hollywood. When I say Hollywood to the max, I'm going to submit all of the information. I'm going to post all of the information on Instagram tonight. I actually already posted the flyer once, but it's August 29th. We're going to be hosting the red carpet. It's street Hollywood.
Aaron and I will be there.
Access Hollywood E on the red carpet. When you get in there, the show is going to be nice. The launch of the website. She puts 110 in everything she does. Like she's the real deal.
Yeah,
she is. And everybody always talk about I'm giving so much people life. I think this is needed. I support people who support me. If they don't, I still like to support artists. Again, that's my mission right now for the show, to network and to bring everything back together in Baltimore how it should be.
I don't think it's necessarily giving someone life. I think it's giving credit where it's due.
Giving credit where credit is due. And with that being said, I want to lock in tomorrow's lineup here on BeExposedRadio.com for the rest of our family here on the radio station. On Thursday at 5 p.m., you can catch At the Sugar Shack with Miss J. That's from 5 to 7. Our executive producer, Monty, the CEO around here, his show is Talk Lately Show. It's going to be on from 7 to 8. And the other lady, the Lady O show is at 8 p.m. And that's all I have to say about that.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding.
What you doing, Rob?
Being a clown. He got the itis, and he being disrespectful behind the glass.
Me being up at 6 o'clock is really catching up with me right now.
That's what time I got up to.
You got up at 6?
It's really catching up with me. Me working all day and coming here and having a great time and talking my life away. This is therapeutic to me. I always say that.
I had to wake up to people playing on my phone this morning. I was
Damn.
sleeping good, too.
You good, Rob? You having a good time back there?
No, he keep trying to shoot me.
He dancing and...
Right, he disrespectful. I'm going to tell your mother.
Make sure you guys tune in also every Monday and Wednesday for our show. Next Monday, we have another special guest. I'm not going to release that guest just yet, but it's
every Monday and Wednesday. Keep us number one.
Yeah.
Because we number one. We the real daddies. We
and for anybody, we're looking for sponsors. So all of these great people that are coming to the show, all these organizations that we're meeting with, please sponsor us. We're looking
shout out to Beyond the Chair Inc. with their No More Shades campaign.
Yes. We need you guys to be sponsors of the Jonathan Rashawn Show. We're trying to take this show to the next level. So
I want to take a No More Shades picture.
With a black eye?
No. Just with some shades and like lifting the shades.
I was going to help you out, but we don't support domestic violence. We have a caller?
Where?
I thought I heard somebody in the background.
Ain't no domestic violence.
Fuck you up.
Oh, that's a word I said I wasn't going to
Andre, do you have anything you want to share with the listeners, any of your followers that I know are listening right now before we go?
Again, thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for tuning in. They're going to be upset with me because I posted it too late of what time this interview started because I do not like coming to Baltimore. So I apologize for posting the link at 8 when the show started. But, you know, if you guys re-air it, I get to do more.
Definitely. The re-air will be on tonight. Well, this morning, 1 a.m. And 3 p.m. on Thursday. So you guys, check it out. And YouTube, you can catch all of our old YouTube, you can catch all of our old episodes on YouTube. The Jonathan Rashawn Show is on YouTube. So check us out. And you guys, be inspired. Always be aware of your surroundings. Uplift your friends and family. Support each other. Support artists. Do things with yourself. Stay productive. Love yourself. Love each other. And if you're out there humping tonight on this hump day, wrap it up. Most importantly, thank you, Andre. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Martrez. We love you. Good night.
Peace.